Alright, about ready to get underway here from Schmitz-Mackey Arena. Tigers with a home game here against Eagan Wildcats. Both teams are undefeated so far in district play. Tigers 5-0-3 and the Wildcats 5-0-1. So somebody will go home with either another tie or their first loss of the season in district play after this game. Couple of team stats so far this year in district play. The Wildcats scoring about 7 goals a game. Tigers up 6 goals against. The Wildcats have the edge in that one too, letting in about a goal and a half per game, where Tigers are a little over 2. A lot more penalty minutes for the Wildcats and a lot better on the power play for the Tigers. So should be a pretty good matchup here between the two teams. Tigers wearing their home white jerseys and the Wildcats wearing the blues. So tonight in goal, we'll have Grady Bowe, and Miles Gorman will be watching from the bench unless Grady has some struggles and Miles will come in. What? I can't find the game though.
Oh my god.
Alright, getting underway here. Looks like we'll have Nico Schlafman taking the face-off. He'll be out there with Braden Becker at right wing and Jackson Danielson at left. Defense, we have Caden Aslan and Adam Moald. Battle in the neutral zone here. Poked back to the Wildcats. Poked away by Schlafman back into the neutral zone. Wildcats check up, take it into the Tiger zone. Poked away again by Schlafman. Now bumped into the neutral zone by Danielson. Back in for an offsides on the Wildcats. Tigers will change up the lines. We'll have Shemer Quam at left wing, Hutchinson at right wing, and Summers taking the face-off. Meyer and Grambo at defense. Grambo sends up to the blue line, back in by the Wildcats. Poked away by Graham. Graham up to Summers. Summers pokes it up into the neutral zone. Mark up the near side boards. He'll dump it in on net. And poked into the corner by the Wildcats goalie. Sent up and just out of reach of Graham. And it'll be sent down for an icing. Tigers changing up the lines again. We'll have Grimm, Mucha, and Schlafman. Schlafman will be taking the face-off. Grimm at left wing, Mucha at right wing, and Asselin and Moal back at defense. Face-off win Wildcats. Kept in by Asselin. Over to Mucha. Mucha flips it up and way over the net, about 10 feet over the net. Now Grimm in the corner. Stolen by the Wildcats, kept in by Moald. And puck eventually trickles into the neutral zone. Wildcats up the near side, poked away by Asselin. Schlafman behind the Tigers net. Nobody to pass it to. Schlafman comes away with the puck. Schlafman's pass for Grimm. Intercepted. Moald back behind the Tigers net. Moald up for Grimm. Kept in by the Wildcats. Defenseman will skate it in. Poked away by Asselin. And we'll get a stoppage of play. Good job, Grady, to cover up the puck there. Danielson taking the face-off over to Summers. Summers back to Danielson, intercepted by the Wildcats. Poked away by Becker. Now Becker up the far side. Becker centering pass just out of the reach of Summers. Kept in by Graham. Graham dumps it in deep into the Tigers, into the Wildcat zone. Kept in by Meyer. Now Wildcats send it up. Hutchinson chasing. Battle for the puck there in front of the Zamboni doors. Finally, Hutchinson comes away with it. He goes down. Puck comes out to the blue line. Wildcats dump it in. Now Graham with the puck. Graham sends it up for Danielson. Danielson over to Hutchinson. Hutchinson gets it poked away at the blue line. Tigers get a line change. Schlafman comes on. Asselin went down hard on the near side boards. Now Sheemer Quam pokes it back into the Wildcat zone behind the Wildcats net. Kept in by Asselin. And puck comes out the neutral zone to Moald. Moald sends it across ice to Schlafman. Taken by the Wildcats. Now Grimm behind the Tigers net. He had Schlafman wide open there. He gets it stolen in front of the net. Over to Schlafman. Schlafman with the shot. Played by a high stick by the Wildcats. Now Hutchinson goes down. Jumped in by Moald. Wildcats behind their own net. Some Back in by Asselin. Puck trickles into the neutral zone. Asselin with the puck now. He sends it over to Moald. Moald slaps it in. Tigers not going to take advantage of the good line change they could have had there. Poked away by Grimm. Grimm in the corner. He goes down. Now Hutchinson. Hutchinson gets sent into the boards. Now Wildcats skate past Asselin. One more to beat. Moald's going to go down. He's going to get a penalty here. He got checked to the back of the net, back of the head. Tigers are going to power play here. We'll have Danielson taking the face off. He's out there with Summers at left wing. Becker right wing. We'll have Grambo at defense along with Mason Meyer. Face-off win. Tigers sent around the net to Summers. Now Danielson with the puck. His shot was wide to the right, kept in by Graham. Oh, Graham just had to get by him. Graham sends it in. Wildcats flip it back out. Danielson with the puck. Danielson into the Wildcat zone. He's going to flip one up. Blocker save Wildcats. Becker in the corner. Wildcats send it right to Danielson. Danielson with the wide open shot. He goes up and over the net. Wildcats send it around. Over to Meyer. Meyer sends it in. Good job holding the blue line by Meyer. Flip back up by Graham. Now Graham with the puck. He's got wide open. He's going to take it himself. And it'll be a shot right into the glove of the Wildcats. A couple wide open players there for the Tigers. Maybe a missed opportunity there to pass the puck. We'll have Schlafman taking the face off out there with Hutchinson and Grimm. Asselin and Moald in defense. 18 seconds to go here on the Tigers' power play. Hutchinson with the puck. Sends it in, blocked by the Wildcats. Now Grimm with the puck. He skates it to the middle. Shot, save, Wildcats. Wildcats are at full strength. Kept in by Hutchinson. Wildcats flip it up. Moald chasing. Moald's got Schlafman on the near far side boards. And the Wildcats will send it down. That should be a nice. No, they're going to wave it off. Now Schlafman with the puck. He's got Grimm in the middle. Schlafman's pass to Grimm just behind him. Taken by the Wildcats. Wildcats up into the neutral zone. Now Schiemer-Quam on the far side. He gets it up into the neutral zone. Schiemer-Quam picks it up the far side. He sends it in. Schlafman chasing now. Regroup. Stolen by Grimm. Schiemer-Quam ran into someone at center ice. Grimm loses it there in front of the net. Poked in by Mucha. We're going to get a call here on Mucha. He's going to go to the box for a cheap check. it was Grimm. Grimm's going to the box. Face-off win, Wildcats. Wildcats back in, across the ice to the blue line. Backhanded back into the Tigers zone. Poked away by Danielson. Now Graham sends it into the far side boards. And we'll get a save and a stoppage of play. .58 seconds to go here on the Tigers penalty kill. We'll have Mark Summers taking the face-off out there with RJ and Moald and Asselin at defense. Tigers defense kind of bunching up there on the far side. Could be bad. We got to save Grady. Good pushing and shoving going on in front of the net. Face-off wing Wildcats. Shot from the blue line, deflected out in front by Moald. Moald and Hutchinson battling. Hutchinson comes away with it. Hutchinson passed right in front of the net. Picked up by the Wildcats. Shot from the blue line. Saved Bow. Picked up by Hutchinson again. Hutchinson backhands up to Summers. Summers shot into the Wildcats player. Now Hutchinson up for Summers. Summers can't quite clear it into the neutral zone. Poked away by Hutchinson. Kept in by the Wildcats. They're going to call it an offsides. That was not offsides, but lucky break for the Tigers. Face-off will come out into the neutral zone. Last penalty on Grimm was for cross-checking. Now Mucha with the puck. Mucha flips it up into the boards. Tigers at full strength. Puck comes back in the neutral zone to Meyer. Meyer flips it up to Mucha. Wildcats back into the neutral zone. Poked away by Meyer. Picked up by Schlafman. Carried into the Wildcat zone. And we're going to get an offsides on the Tigers. Schiemer didn't quite get back across the blue line. So Schlafman taking the face-off out there with Schiemer, and Mucha. Graham and Meyer at defense. Face-off win, Wildcats. Graham chasing. And we're going to get an icing. Schlafman taking the face-off out there with Schiemer, and Mucha. Asselin and Moalda defense. Face-off won by Schlafman. Skates it in. Couldn't quite get the shot off. Schlafman went down, picked up by the Wildcats. Asselin fanned on the pass, backhanded by Moald. Wildcats skating in, shot wide to the right. Wide to the left. Schlafman up for Hayden. Wildcats with a shot. Save Grady. Now Mucha with the puck. Mucha sends it into the boards. Picked up by Asselin. Asselin goes down. We'll battle on the near side boards here. Mucha and Asselin. Pad saved Grady. Now Moald with the puck. Stolen by the Wildcats. Picked up by Asselin. Asselin sends it up. No look pass there. It's going to be out of the reach of Mucha. They're saying they're touching it. Mucha's not skating. Schlafman hustle back. Wildcats pick it up. They're going to come all the way down the ice. And a shot, save Grady. Meyer up to Danielson. Danielson's got Becker on the right side. Danielson shot to Becker. Oh, nice save by the Wildcats. Nice shot by Becker. Good scoring opportunity for the Tigers. Probably their best one yet of the game. Now up to Graham. Graham with the shot. Save Wildcats. And the puck will come out into the neutral zone. Graham up to Danielson. Danielson goes down. That could be a trip. They're not going to call it. Now Wildcats coming back the other way. Stopped by the skate of Meyer. Poked away by Meyer. That's a stick lift by RJ. He flips it up into the neutral zone. Picked up by Hutchinson. Summers backhands into the Wildcats corner. 1 minute to go in the first period. The Wildcats up the near side. Poked away by Mowald. He gets in, backhand shot, save Grady. Mowald pushes it into Grady for a save. And a stoppage of play. .46 seconds to go here in the first period. Schlafman taking the face-off. Face-off win Schlafman over to Grimm. Kept in by the Wildcats. Puck comes into the neutral zone to Grimm. Poked back in by the Wildcats. We're going to get an offsides. That was an offsides on the Tigers. No call. Mowald's past Asselin. Couldn't hold on to it. Asselin hustling into the corner. Schlafman and Grimm both battling. Asselin comes in to help. Tigers can't quite clear it in the neutral zone. Wildcats centering pass, no one home. Puck comes out to the blue line, shot. Poked away by Grimm. Now Grimm with the puck. And that'll do it for the first period. Shots on goal after the first period, 8 for the Wildcats, 7 for the Tigers. Pretty good back and forth game so far. If the Tigers keep playing smart hockey, they can have this one. All right, second period about to get underway here. Tigers will be going from right to left now. We'll have Danielson taking the face-off out there with Grimm at left wing, Mucha at right wing. Defense will be Grambo, base of Meyer. Wildcats with the face-off win. Backhanded back into neutral zone, picked up by Grimm. Now Mucha with the puck. Danielson in the corner. Fend on the centering pass, picked up by the Wildcats. Wildcats up through center. Get a shot. Pad save Grady. Graham now in the corner. He sends it up for Mucha. Mucha wasn't looking. Wildcats pick it up. And puck trickles into the neutral zone. Danielson chasing after it. Picked up by Grimm. Grimm backhands it, no one home. Taken by the Wildcats. Wildcats up through center. Got 3-on-2. They'll flip it into the Tiger zone and do a line change. Now Mason Meyer with the puck. He flips it up into center ice. Shot from the blue line, blocked by Meyer. Now Mucha with the puck. Tigers having a hard time getting the stick on the puck here in the second period. Oh, deflected up by Meyer. Tigers lucky it wasn't deflected up into the net. Nice save, Grady, and we'll get a stoppage of play. Tigers got to pick up the pressure here a little bit. Not a good shift for them.
Stop the clock.
Oh. Asselin with the puck. He flips it up for Becker. Becker sends it into the boards. Wildcats back into the neutral zone. And we're going to get an offsides here. 12 minutes to go in the second period. Schlafman taking the face off. Becker at right wing. Summers at left wing. Asselin and Moald at defense. Wildcats come away with the face-off. Wide angle shot. Not on target. Puck out to the blue line. Shot deflected out in front by the Wildcats. Now the Wildcats centering pass behind their own net. Picked up by Asselin. Now Summers with the puck. Summers backhands to Schlafman. Schlafman over to Becker. Becker sends it in. It was on net, poked away by the Wildcats goalie. Wildcats beat Asselin. They're up the near side. Now Asselin sends it across. Becker hustling after. Becker behind the net. He gets ridden into the boards. Wildcats come away with it. Escape past Asselin. Knocked over by Summers. And they're going to get a call here, I think, on Summers. I don't know about that one. All right, Tigers going on the penalty kill. Face-off win, Wildcats. Shot, save, Grady, poked away by brother Graham, now picked up by Hutchinson. Hutchinson up to Danielson. Danielson sends it into the Wildcat zone. Still with the puck. Centering pass into the side of the net. Wildcats come away with it behind the net. Wildcats send it in, kept in by Graham. Graham flips it up, save, Wildcats. Wildcats flip it up. Centering pass just out of the reach of the Wildcats players. It was at his feet. Another lucky break for the Tigers there. Tigers send it all the way in. It's going to be picked up by Hutchinson. Now Hutchinson gets it behind the net. Flipped up to the blue line. Kept in by the Wildcats. Wildcats skate past half the team. Still with the puck. Wildcats out to the point. Shot. Blocked out in front by Danielson. 20 seconds to go here on the penalty kill. And the Wildcats just backhanded into neutral zone, so they have to regroup. Now Hutchinson. Wide angle shot, wide to the right. Back out to the blue line. Sent into the neutral zone by Meyer. Tigers need to change the lines here. Tigers are at full strength. And we're going to get the Tigers for too many men on the ice. Tough line change. They were trying to hurry. Somebody touched the puck when we had too many men on the ice. So Graham will serve the minor penalty. Face-off win. And quick shot on net. Nice save by Grady.
Stop the clock.
Schloffman taking the face-off. Picked up by Moald. Intercepted by the Wildcats. Oh, we're going to get another bad penalty here on Moald. Moald's going to go to the box for a body check. Tigers can't be taking these penalties. Face-off win, Wildcats out to the blue line. Shot wide to the right. A little 5-on-3 hockey here. Poked back in by Grimm. Centering pass. Comes out to the blue line. Puck in front of the net. Picked up by Asselin. Send it up, Asselin. There you go. Got across the blue line, dumped it in. It's the right play. Picked up by the Wildcats. Poked away by Asselin. Asselin got another stick on it there. Playing some good defense right now. Tigers slowing down though. Now Meyer with the puck. Meyer sends it up into the neutral zone. If that's on net, nope, that'll be an ice. Good job by Meyer to send it down. Tigers get a line change here. They'll bring on Schloffman, Danielson, and then Asselin at defense. Boy, Caden had a long shift there. A lot of skating for him. Surprised they're keeping him out there. But he's playing a good game. Asselin up to Schloffman. Schloffman into the neutral zone. Picked up by the Wildcats. Away by Danielson and Schloffman. And they had a wide open net. So Wildcats go up by 1. Need to play a little better hockey here for not taking these penalties. So Summers taking the face-off out there with Sheemer-Quam and Mucha. Meyer and Graham at defense. Wildcats send it into Meyer. Meyer up for just nobody. Just shot it into boards. Poked away by Meyer. Now Graham with the puck. Wildcats entering pass, poked away by Meyer, and it'll come in front of the net and jumped on by a Grady. Halfway through this game here, Wildcats up by 1. Danielson taking the face-off out there with Becker and Hutchinson. Face-off win, Tigers. Danielson in the near side corner behind the Tigers net now. Sends it up for RJ, intercepted by the Wildcat, shot wide to the left. Picked up now by Asselin. Now Moald, he goes down behind the net. Poked away by Asselin. Up for Becker. Now Becker, he's got RJ across ice, Becker up through the center. He makes a move, hooked away. Centering pass for Danielson. Oh, he just fanned on the one-timer. Good opportunity there for the Tigers. Hooked away by Becker. And we're going to get an offsides. 5:57 to go here in the second period. Schlafman taking the face-off out there with Grimm and Summers. Meyer and Graham at defense. Meyer comes away with the puck. Meyer's up for Schlafman. Poked away by the Wildcats. Wildcat shot blocked by Meyer. Schlafman comes away with it. Puck taken from Schlafman by Grimm. Grimm gets it stolen. Now Wildcats back the other way. And they're going to send Wildcats in the box. Didn't see what the penalty was for. So the Tigers will go on the power play here. Holding penalty is what it was. Schlafman taking the face-off out there with Danielson and Summers. Danielson backhand behind the net. Schlafman chasing. Schlafman centering pass for Danielson, intercepted by the Wildcats. They'll send it up and into the neutral zone. Moald now with the puck. Moald to Asselin. Asselin stops it. Asselin takes it in now. Asselin dumps it in deep. Danielson playing back for Asselin. And the Wildcats will send it all the way down. That should be an icing. Tigers will get a line change. They'll send Mucha and Grimm on. Schlafman stays on. Meyer and Graham at defense. Schlafman taking the face-off, won by the Wildcats. Now Schlafman back to Grimm. Grimm to the middle, backhand, not on target. Mucha in front of the net. Schlafman wide open net. Now Grimm with the puck, centering pass. Schlafman wide open net, and the goalie just got a glove on it. Wildcats coming back the other way now, and they cleared into the neutral zone. Poked away by Schlafman. Not sure how the Tigers didn't get one there. Another good opportunity. That's the second opportunity of the game. Now Mucha, he's going to take it. He flips it up and in the net. That's a score! Mucha with the power play goal. Tigers tie up the game. So with that Tigers goal, the Wildcats are now at full strength. Tigers pretty good on the power play so far this year. Now Danielson taking the face-off. He's out there with Becker at right wing, Hutchinson at left wing. Mowald and Asselin back at defense. Poked away by Mowald, sent in on net, and Grady will cover the puck for a stoppage of play. 3:31 to go in the second period. Tie game here at Schmitz-Mackey. Face-off win Tigers. Hutchinson flips it up in front of the net to Asselin. Asselin up to Becker. Picked up by Danielson now. Danielson back to Asselin. Asselin over to Hutchinson. Hutchinson gets it poked away at the blue line. He'll send it in. Mowald and Danielson both battling. Danielson comes away with the puck. Danielson's pass to Becker intercepted by the Wildcats. Wildcats send it all the way down for an ice. 2:45 to go here in the second period. Summers taking the face-off out there with Schiemer, Klum, and Mucha. Meyer and Graham at defense. Face-off win, Wildcats. Kept in by Graham, picked up by Schiemer, Klum. Schiemer, Klum sends it in, intercepted by the Wildcats. Wildcats flip it up into the neutral zone. Graham chasing. Graham fanned on the pass back into the neutral zone. Picked up now by the Wildcats. Mucha with the puck. Mucha up to Summers. Summers through center. He gets his stick lifted. So they're going to send two to the box here. Little extracurriculars on the far side. Looks like the Wildcat player took down Summers, and Summers not too happy about it. Face-off win Schlafman. He's out there with Grimm and Becker. Schlafman backhand pass to Grimm and just wide to the right. Becker now with the puck. He sends it up to the point. Asselin. He'll dump it in. Picked up by the Wildcats. Intercepted by Schlafman. Schlafman and Grimm both battling. Picked up by the Wildcats. Mowald through his shoulder there. Tigers can't be playing this dirty hockey. Now Grimm with the puck. Picked up by Grimm again. Grimm's got two players on the far side of the ice wide open. He sends it to Becker. Becker with a shot. Save, Wildcats. Another good opportunity for Becker. Nice pass by Grimm. So the offsetting roughing penalties here have 40 seconds left. Face-off win Tigers. Now Graham sends it up for Danielson, intercepted by the Wildcats. Wildcats skating in. Poked away. Now Graham taken by Danielson. Danielson over to Hutchinson. Mucha gets sent to the ice. Backhanded back up for Meyer. Now Meyer with the puck. Meyer sends it up for Danielson. Intercepted by the Wildcats. Wildcats dump it in. It was tipped by Meyer. No ice. Now Graham with the puck. He gets it stolen by the Wildcats. Puck comes up to the blue line. Wildcats couldn't hold the line, so it's into the neutral zone. Poked away by Mucha. Mucha with the shot. Rebound. Oh, he had the net open. Good opportunity there for the Tigers, and we got a Eagan player down on the ice. 10 seconds to go here in the second period. Wildcats, they left somebody deep. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. They make a move, save Grady, and that'll do it for the first period. Tigers got lucky there with that breakaway. Good opportunity for the Wildcats there. Great save by Grady. At the end of 2, this game's tied 1-1. Shots on goal at the end of 2, 12 for the Wildcats, 15 for the Tigers. Second period of this stressful game getting underway. Looks like we'll have Danielson taking the face-off out there with Hutchinson and Graham. And we'll have Graham and Meyer at defense. Face-off win Tigers. Danielson ridden off the puck. He backhands it down into the Wildcat zone. Wildcats up the near side, cleared into the neutral zone. Puck dumped back into Danielson. Now Graham and Danielson, a little back and forth here. Danielson, nice pass to Grimm, just poked away. Danielson skating it in, shot, blocker save. Wildcats, good opportunity for Danielson there. Wildcats just got a blocker on it. Now Wildcats coming the other way. Mason's got to turn around. Good job by Meyer to keep him to the outside. Sent up and around. Wildcats hold the blue line. Now Graham with the puck. Graham sends it up back to the blue line. Poked up by Mucha. Mucha goes down at the blue line, and we're going to get a penalty here on the Wildcats. Tigers go on the power play. taking the face-off. Becker at left wing now. And looks like they're sending Summers on to right wing. And Moald and Asselin at defense. Tigers need another power play goal here. Face-off win. Not sure who won the face-off there. Slapped in by Moald. Blocked by the Wildcats. Wildcats send it all the way down. Asselin chasing after it. Asselin behind the Tigers net. He's got to pass it though. Asselin up for Summers. Summers shot and save Wildcats. Last penalty there on the Wildcats was for body checking. A minute 1 left on the penalty. Hey, 1:01 left. That's what I have on my scoreboard. They're synced. Scoreboard problems there. Asselin with the shot from the blue line wide to the right, picked up by Becker. Becker backhands it back to Moald. Moald dumps it back in deep. Becker in the corner. Kept in by Moald. And sent all the way down. It was deflected by Summers. Summers got to go. And Grady will cover the puck for a stoppage of play. Come on, Summers. They're going to send Summers. He leveled the kid in front of the net. Oh, maybe they're not going to call the penalty on him. Kid stopped in front of him and knocked him over. 33 seconds to go on the Tigers penalty kill. Danielson taking the face off out there with Mucha. The Tigers power play. Face off win Tigers. Pass it, Graham. Pass it. Pass it. Graham up for Mucha. Comes all the way back into the Wildcat zone. Wildcats send it up just out of the reach of Grimm. Now Grimm with the puck. Grimm over to Danielson. Grimm got leveled. Danielson sends it up. Over the net. Wildcats clearing into the neutral zone. Wildcats in full strength. Now Graham. Mucha sends it up. A little back and forth here. Graham battling. Wildcats finally come away with it. They skate past Bo and Meyer. Shot, saved, Grady. Centering pass right in front of the net. And Grady didn't get down. So that'll go off. A little brotherly love there again. So Grady skated off. Tigers regroup after giving up that goal. Schloffman taking the face-off, won by the Wildcats. Now Summers with the puck. Summers sends it back in. Wildcats pick it up. Wildcats back into the neutral zone. They send it all the way down. We should get nice. Face-off back in the Wildcat zone. Schloffman's out there with Becker and Summers. Becker at left wing, Summers at right wing, Mowald and Asselin at defense. Face off back to Summers, bouncing puck just out of the reach of Becker. Now Schloffman, stolen by the Wildcats. Wildcats flip it up and all the way down. Icing should be waved off here. Mowald chasing. Mowald backhands it up to Schloffman. Schloffman took a stick to the face there. Picked up by Schloffman. Poked away by Becker. Wildcats into the Tigers zone. Centering pass intercepted by Summers. Now Mowald and Asselin. Asselin sends it up for Becker. Becker couldn't quite clear the neutral zone. Puck in front of the net. Asselin picks it up, backhands it up for Summers. Summers couldn't quite clear the neutral zone. Now Hutchinson gets it poked away. Picked up by Asselin. Asselin finally flips it up for Becker. Becker with the breakaway shot. Just a glove save. Nice shot by Becker. Glove save by the Wildcats. Nice save there. Good opportunity for the Tigers. Puck comes back to Hutchinson. Hutchinson sends it in. Picked up by the Wildcats. Go get him. Danielson up to Summers. Summers backhand centering pass intercepted by the Wildcats. Now Hutchinson over to Becker. Flipped up by Summers and a glove save by the Wildcats. 8:40 to go here in the game. Tigers down by 1. Grimm taking the face off now. He'll be out there with Mucha and Hutchinson. Mowald and Asselin at defense. Puck comes out in the neutral zone and poked back in by Hutchinson for Tigers offsides. Kept in by Asselin, poked back into the neutral zone by Wildcats, slapped in by Mowald. The Wildcats pick it up. Now Wildcats into the Tiger zone. Shot, save, Gorman. Gorman's in now. Poked away. Another shot. Looking for the puck. Battle in front of the net. Mowald goes down. Poked away by Mowald. Picked up by Grimm. Good battle, good defense there. Great saves by Gorman. So they took Grady off after they hit to his brother by the looks of it, and Gorman's in. Now Hutchinson up the far side. Hutchinson gets taken down. Picked up by Mucha. Mucha with a shot from the back of the head. Mucha. Puck stolen by the Wildcats. Poked away by Asselin. Asselin holds the blue line, dumps it in. Mucha gets a stick on it. Oh, Wildcats dumping in. That should be an ice. Good battle there by the Tigers. Face off back in the Wildcat zone. Tigers will change up the lines. We'll have Schlafman, Becker, and Schiemer-Klum out there. Meyer and Danielson at D. So they moved Danielson out to the defense. Probably because Graham went down. Schiemer-Klum, shot wide to the left. Now Becker with the puck in the corner. Becker's centering pass, blocked by a stick, dumped in by Meyer. Schlafman, centering pass, out to Meyer. Meyer dumps it in, intercepted by the Wildcats. Now Wildcats coming the other way. We got 3-on-2. They'll just dump it in. Danielson chasing. Danielson sends it around for the waiting winger wasn't there. Intercepted by Meyer. Meyer up to Becker. We got a 2-on-1 here. Becker, Schlafman. Becker over to Schlafman. Pass just out of the reach. Schlafman centering pass to Becker. Back to Danielson. Danielson shot up and over the net. I think they got a stick on it. Now Schlafman. Backhand centering pass. Puck's right there in front of the net. Picked up by the Wildcats. Wildcats up the near side. Turn around Meyer. Shot. Save Gorman. Now Becker with the puck. Becker over to Meyer. Picked up by Schlafman. Schlafman up for Summers. Couldn't quite get the puck. Schlafman dumps it in. Tigers got chased though. Schlafman's going to go off. Becker's going to go off. We got Grimm and Mucha on. Wildcats dump it in, picked up by Grimm. Grimm behind the Tigers net. Grimm up for Summers. Summers on the long shift. Summers has Mucha wide open. He's going to try to make a move, and that should have been an offside. Summers with the shot wide to the left. Picked up by 3 Tigers there on the blue line. Poked away by Summers. 4:54 to go here in the game. Wildcats player threw an elbow there. Now Grimm. Grimm up for Asselin. Asselin gets it poked away back into the neutral zone. Picked up by Grimm again. Summers still out there. Summers slaps it in, picked up by the Wildcats. Back to Summers again. About a 3-minute shift for him so far. Stolen by the Wildcats. Now we got 2-on-1. Tigers aren't really skating. Wide open net, backhand. Couldn't get it on net there. Lucky break for the Tigers. Slapped in from the blue line, deflected by a stick and covered up by Gorman. Well, Graham's back out. That's good to see. So we'll have Graham and Meyer at defense. Schlafman taking the face-off. Schlafman got pushed down. Puck comes out to the blue line. Shot deflected out in front. Schlafman battling in the corner. Picked up by Danielson. Backhanded back in. Picked up by Schlafman again. Backhanded back in. Puck finally into the neutral zone. Wildcats send it in. Now Graham flips it up for Hutchinson. Hutchinson up the near side for Schlafman. Schlafman into the corner. Schlafman centering pass. Danielson ridden off the puck. He couldn't get a shot off. Wildcats backhanded up into the neutral zone to Graham. Graham sends it back into the Wildcat zone. Back into the neutral zone. A little back and forth here. Wildcats come away with it. Shot from the blue line deflected by Graham. Taken by Danielson. Get on the boards, RJ. Pass to RJ. A little off the money there, and we're going to get an offsides on the Tigers. .249 to go here in the game. Stressful game so far. Grimm taking the face-off. He's out there with Becker and Schiemer-Quam. Face-off one Tigers. Hasselin up to Becker. Becker over to Grimm. Sent in, flipped up in by Schiemer-Quam. That should be a trip. No tripping call there on the Wildcats. That was a pretty cut-and-dry call to me. Now Becker battling in the corner. Puck comes out, gets past Hasselin and goes all the way down the ice. Should be an icing. 2:09 to go here in the game. Both teams changed all 5 players. Graham and Meyer at defense. Schlafman taking the face-off out there with Danielson on his left, Summers on his right. Face-off win. Schlafman over to Danielson. Puck comes out to Graham. Graham can't hold the blue line. Good job setting it in the boards. Wildcats dump it into the Tiger zone. Meyer chasing. Poked away by the Wildcats. Now poked away by Graham. Graham goes down. Centering pass. Blocked by Danielson. Now Danielson coming up the other way. Danielson to the outside. He flips it up. Save. Wildcats. Danielson still with the puck. Danielson over to Summers. Summers with the shot. Stick save. Wildcats. Now Schlafman into the corner. 1:18 to go here in the game. Summers sends it in deep. Danielson chasing. Kept in by Meyer. Tigers pull the goalie. So they got an empty net. We got 6-on-5 hockey. Puck comes out to Meyer. Meyer with a slap shot, picked up by the Wildcats. Wildcats flip it up, picked up by Summers. Summers dumps it back in. Go get it, Tigers. Picked up by Grimm, poked away by the Wildcats. 43 seconds to go. Centering pass intercepted by the Wildcats. Wildcats flip it up. Good job by Meyer to keep it from going all the way down. Danielson up for Schlafman. Schlafman pokes it into the Wildcat zone. Back to Danielson. We don't have a too many men call on that one. Tigers should be on the power play here. It was touched. A little back and forth. Now Graham. 17 seconds to go. Graham sends it up for Grimm. Stolen at the blue line. Poked away by Meyer. Sent up. Deflected by Graham. Now Graham into the corner. Graham up for Schlafman. And that'll do it for the game. That'll be the Tigers' first loss of the season. And that'll be the Wildcats remain undefeated. Scoreboard isn't quite right. That is the end of the game. I didn't change it from the second to the third period. So that'll do it here for almost 2 weeks for the Tigers. No tournaments, no district play, just a bunch of practice.